right, guys, another one on the swim jig. This JDM swim jig definitely does something that no other swim jig in the market does. Stick around, let's talk about it. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Marco. Thank you for stopping by. We're gonna go ahead and break down the Zappu PD Chopper. This bait has been out for 15 years. It's worked wonders in Japan, but I finally get a chance to really put it to the test today here in Illinois at one of my favorite lakes. And once again, we are fishing for largies. Doesn't matter what we catch, big, small. Hopefully we can hook into a giant. I'm really just out here to have a really good time, fish the Zappu PD Chopper, and hopefully get some really awesome content for you guys. So here it is. This is the Zappu PD Chopper. Again, a couple different and interesting things about the swim jig. First and foremost, it sort of sits upright here into the water column. This thing is awesome at staying within the strike zone. And what I mean by that is if you cast this out, as you slowly roll and retrieve this back into your boat or your kayak, it should stay within that target zone. So basically the zone that you've designated, it should stay within that zone. So it's not like a standard traditional swim jig where it might go like up or down. This really stays perfectly into the strike zone. Now the head here is 97% tungsten, but what makes it unique is again, that little shape. This is what really gives it that upright position. This is what kind of helps with keeping that within that strike zone. Now it does have a spring here so that you can basically do the whole lock and load on your soft plastic, but I do recommend this, and it's a tip that I got from Jeffrey the King over on his YouTube channel, and he is absolutely right. You are going to want to change this right away. The bait itself is going to get pulled out, and that's just going to ruin your bait. Change that. I would do that immediately. And what you guys can do is try something like these Owner. These are the CPS, the larger springs. I actually use these as well for the working class zero battle shads or the citizens. These are great for that. So definitely change out the spring. That is one tip that I will say. Now it also has this really nice hook keeper. It's pretty thick, very thick wire. The downside with fishing this as a really weedless presentation, which we will be doing today, is that your hookup ratio is going to be affected quite a bit. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're going to go weedless with the spring, you're going to lose more fish. But if you decide not to do that and just fish it straight without it, then again, look at that. You've got a really deep hook that you can just put into the fish's mouth. I think the most impressive thing with this is that wobble action, right? That dead slow roll is popular here in the US as well, but I think that's really what makes the PD so special. The other thing is, again, just awesome colors. I think they have maybe somewhere like 7 to 10 colors, but really I'll do something natural like a white. And actually I can show you that here. Here's with the white version. Actually, this is the cokehead version, I believe, the one that the Hookup Tackle released as a special color. And this was a special color that Jeffrey the King and Zappu collaborated on. And again, this is the one that I'm showing right now. Love this because this more closely resembles, I think, the fish here, which are bluegill. In terms of swim baits, in terms of a trailer, you have a variety of options, but I would stick with something in the 4 to 5 inch range. I think that's where I feel comfortable. It is, you know, you are going to enlarge the presentation, right? And that's also really good for casting distance. So don't be shy to go into even like the 6 inch version, right? Now, out of the box, I love the Doe Live Shad. So you can throw something like a Doe Live Shad. This is 4 inch, but I do have a couple of 5 and I think 6 inches as well. So this is a strong consideration for sure. I actually already have one rigged up too. Now, another one is the Jacko Dead Slower. This is almost 5 inches, 4.8, but this in itself naturally has that slow wobble action. And in Japan, that is a major thing. They absolutely love doing that. As a matter of fact, one of the highlights for the Zappu PD Chopper is that it naturally does the wobble action for you. Now, the one that I'm going to be primarily fishing today is the Megabass Spark Shad. Again, a 5 inch version. I've got one that is Royal Gill, and then I have another one that is a natural shad. Both of these are going to do really well at this lake. This is a clear lake, but something natural absolutely is a must here. And then something with a little bit of a darker tone that is somewhat of a gill pattern, not completely, I think is the way to go as well. So I'm a fan of the 5 inch Spark Shads. I'm going to go ahead and pull one out so you guys can see this. This is the 5 inch Spark Shad. I love how it's just really flat here. It makes it easy to also locate the hook whenever you're putting the Zappu PD Chopper. And again, because it's got a lot of meat at the center here, this is exactly why you want that really thick and the big, you know, spring guard, right, by Owner. So definitely try this one. This is gonna be my go-to for now. And, you know, I'm gonna kind of just slowly experiment with a couple of other ones, but this is definitely a strong consideration for me. All right, so let's go ahead and start catching bass. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this one here. All right, let's do it. a big one. That's a big one. Come here, buddy. Yes. Yes. That's why you fish the PD Chopper, boys. Oh, he smoked it. Actually, you know what? Not as big as I thought. I got a little excited there. So another one on the PD Chopper. It's been a blast so far, guys. That swim jig absolutely crushes them. Pairing that up with the Spark Shad, the Megabass Spark Shad 5-inch has been awesome today. Again, not a giant, but we are catching them. It's been a lot of fun. You guys definitely have to check out that PD Chopper. Hopefully you guys can get your hands on those. See ya. This wind is killer, guys. There we go. Another one on the chopper, boys. Again, we're not catching giants, but it's been a lot of fun. My first time really testing out the PD Chopper by Zappu. This guy is small, but it's still a blast catching them, guys. Here we go. Another one on the Zappu Chopper. Let's let them go and meet the big boys. Yeah, we need some bigger fish here, guys. See ya. That one actually ripped open my, my Spark Shad. Come here, buddy. There we go. All right, PD Chopper, boys. Still doing some work with it. I think this might be fish number 4. Again, with the weedless version, your hookup ratio, it goes down. I've experienced that. I think I've lost 3 or 4 fish. You guys have seen that. Super frustrating, but it's also really rewarding to get a decent sized one. So again, not a giant, about a pound, maybe a pound and a half. This is a quality fish for this lake. Appreciate it, buddy. I will see you next time. See ya. And again, having that updated or the upgraded owner twist lock, that is the way to go. When I got into the lake, I think the second fish ripped the Spark Shad out, and that's because I didn't change the twist lock, right? So once I did that, it definitely stays more secure, and it just gives, I mean, it's beefier, it's got more meat to hang on to the actual soft plastic. There we go. Stay down. There we go, boys. All right, the bite is picking up. Another one on the PD Chopper. I felt this guy as soon as it hit the water, so this was a fun bite for sure. Within like a second of it landing in the water, he devoured it. There we go. Another one on the PD Chopper, boys. That black and blue with green hint and that 5-inch Spark Shad is doing it so far. Not a giant, but quality bass again for this lake. Let's let him go and we'll keep hopefully catching some more. All right, buddy. I will see you next time. See ya. All right, that was fun. That was fun. I think there's more fish hiding back there in this little back channel. All right, guys, Another one on the Zappu PD Chopper. It's been fun so far. This is a quality bass too, about 1.5 2 pounds or so, probably about a 2 pounder. He definitely wanted that jig. Last look at him, I appreciate it, buddy. Quality bass again for this lake. Thank you for taking my jig. I will see you next time. See ya. Yes. That might be the one to close it out, guys. I don't know if that's the one that I just lost, but I managed to get one more. I mean, not a giant, quality fish for sure. I will take them. Still catching them on the PD Chopper by Zappu. Man, it's been so much fun, guys. Again, we're not catching giants, but we are catching them, and that's always a good thing. They've been loving it so far, but admittedly, we have missed so much. And as I mentioned in the intro, that's the thing with the PD Chopper. If you're gonna go weedless, you can get some pretty thick stuff, and that's great, but you are gonna miss a ton of fish. Luckily, we were able to snag this guy just now. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. I will see you next time. Still using that same Spark Shad. At least they're pretty durable. All right, boys, it is time to go. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you enjoyed that breakdown of the Zappu PD Chopper. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything loaded, head back to the truck. We got a little bit of a walk, but we're gonna go ahead and break things down. Just kind of give you my closing thoughts, talk a little bit more about it, what I learned today fishing this for about, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours. So let's get everything loaded, let's get out of here, and then we'll go ahead and break things down back at home. What'd you guys think? Are you guys gonna check out the PD Chopper by Zappu? Again, we didn't catch a ton of fish, but I had an awesome time filming that for you guys. I've been eager to actually fish these for quite some time. I've had them for probably like 3 or 4 months. That little wobble action is so subtle, but when you pair that up with a solid swim bait that has, I think, subtle tail action, you really see it in the water column. And it was really exciting to just see that bait at the lake that we were at, because that lake overall is really clear. And that's also why I went with a really natural bait, and I think we definitely achieved that with the Megabass Spark Shad. Again, the 5-inch version. This is Deep Blue Impact. I love this colorway here, guys. So it's got green pumpkin, black flakes, a little bit of blue sparkle. You've got the blue skirt, black skirt, just a really solid pairing. And again, I chose this color primarily because I do think it imitates a bluegill, at least in the lake that I was fishing. And again, that little jig head is at that little 45-degree angle. Again, just a solid swim jig, something different. Is it revolutionary? I don't know, maybe not, but you definitely want to check this out because, as I just mentioned, again, you're giving the bass something a little bit different. The whole strolling action in Japan, you know, that side-to-side wobble is really popular. And it's really popular here as well, especially with forward-facing sonar guys that just love, you know, doing that. So I do recommend this. I think it's a great alternative to your traditional swim jig. And again, the swim bait of choice is the 5-inch Spark Shad here. And the one that I threw is the Royal Gill color. Love the paint job on this. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. As always, if you like the content, if you like the channel, do me a solid and subscribe down below. Hit the like button as well. I'll see you guys out there next week.